Deb here with my influence on the truth and nothing but the truth on relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it.
Let's get straight to it.
We're back.
We're back.
With LOML, the love of my life.
Facts. What's up, y'all?
Gregory Q. Campbell.
Gregory Q. Campbell. Greg Q.
For short.
For short. AKA Greg Q. On all platforms.
Okay, period. Plug this up with I love it.
Yeah. Underscore, though. You got to put an underscore at the
This
end.
is true.
Unfortunately, I couldn't get it first.
We are going to talk a little bit about our relationship, things we've been through, things we're going through, our take on some topics.
Mm-hmm.
All of this is our take. Yep. See how I said that?
Our take.
If you don't agree, if you have something that you'd like to add, please
comment
down below if you have anything
comments.
you'd like to add.
Yeah.
We want to hear you in them comments, okay? So
let's
talk about it.
If you got your own answers to the questions, like some of them are definitely gonna be tailored specifically to us,
yeah.
but there are gonna be questions that you could probably answer for yourself
mm-hmm.
in your experience with your relationship.
Yeah,
so,
I'm excited to hear it too. Like very excited. So,
and there's always room for people to understand certain things. You can help somebody in the comments.
This is true.
Yeah.
I agree.
So definitely
guys,
give your take.
We're gonna start off with how did me and Greg meet?
Ooh.
You want me to answer that? You gonna answer?
Maybe we can give two sides.
Okay, you can go with your side.
Oh
no, I want to go with my side first. You're right.
Your side first?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so, in 2017, I started cosmetology school. This was talked about in my last podcast about my journey and things like that. 2017, I started cosmetology school in a town called Ann Arbor, Michigan. And
town is wild.
City. All right, town sounds so old. Country. In a city called Ann Arbor, on the outskirts of Detroit area. For anybody out of the state, they not gonna know what that is.
Right.
It's a college town where U of M, University of Michigan, is at. So I started going to college school there, where I made friends and things like that. One of my friends, Kenzie, shouts out to her. Okay, she gonna get a shout out at the wedding. Shouts out to Dev as well, his brother. Her and Dev, his older brother, were friends. I believe they knew each other from Eastern or something like that. I'm not sure.
Some way they met.
Anyways, basically, we, me, Kenzie, and another person we were friends with, we all went out and for lunch, or what was it, dinner one day. And she was just like, hey, like, there's this guy there, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't really looking for anybody at the time. And later on, I found out he wasn't either, which is just so funny. But we ended up having dinner. It was like 5 or 6 of us. He was there. His brother was there, obviously, because he knew Kenzie, my friend. So that's how we were all connected pretty much. That was our first ever meeting. At the time, we did not speak much, maybe more than 2 sentences. Not really. He was really laid back, chill, and would make funny remarks at the time. But I didn't look at him like, oh yeah, I want him or something. I just, I wasn't looking for anyone because I had my heart broken multiple times before that with men that just were not for me, And yeah, so that's how we first met. And then, do you want to give your side for that, or you want me to go through the whole thing?
I can give my side after that.
Yeah, so you can give your side now, and then we're going to get into how we got romantically involved. But
Right. So, my take on that was I was still in school I was still in school, going to Western Michigan.
Ooh.
And I had just probably had been out of my previous relationship for like 2 months, month maybe at the most, month and a half at the most, or at the least. And I came back to Ann Arbor for like some holiday. It might have been spring break or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was warm.
Yeah. And then
so it was actually 2018. Because I was in college school from 2017, that fall 2017 to summer 2018. So
okay, yeah.
2018, yeah, you're right.
And then my brother was like, he saw I was kind of like upset and mopey around and everything.
The sad sack.
Yeah, I was pretty. I mean, the story is crazy, man. Maybe one of these days I can get a story time on it.
One day,
maybe. But basically, he was just like, yeah, Greg, it's time for you to go out. Like, let's just go out, get some food, enjoy ourselves. He was basically trying to lift my spirit, and I was like, I'm good.
I'm straight on that.
I was like, I'm straight. He's like, come on, bro, like, let's go hang out. It's that the other, and he invited me out with me and another guy, and he said there was gonna be other like people there, females, as in Deb and her friends, and I was just like, okay. I didn't think nothing of it,
Mm-hmm.
which I've had friendships with women, so I wasn't going there with the intentions of trying to like get with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really standoffish. Like, I was like upset because of my previous relationship, and Deb was there, and I did notice her and her friends, and I did make remarks. I was still trying to be interacting and everything like that, but he invited us to Savas. If you ever been there. I mean, no shout outs here.
Yeah, look, enough with that. We are not sponsors.
But yeah, we went over there and got some the bang bang shrimp. It was fire. I still remember the name of it.
I sent my steak back, boy. I did not like some.
That's because you be picky about these restaurants.
It's because why did I order steak trying to be fancy?
Man.
Like, I don't even eat steak.
Now, we had a great time though. Like, it was fun. It was real fun. But yeah, that was when we first met. I mean, we didn't really interact like that. I think I might have gotten her Instagram.
Yeah, probably.
Her, Kenzie. I had already met Kenzie before that though, because she was going to Central. Or no, she went to Central, and I had met her there. But yeah. Yeah,
so it wasn't no big thing or anything like that.
It wasn't nothing big.
We was hanging with friends, basically.
We just saw each other, interacted, maybe exchanged Instagrams. Didn't even get each other's number.
No, none of that.
Actually, I don't even know if we exchanged Instagrams.
I don't think we did. I believe we saw
Kenzie's,
each other
we saw each
on somebody's Instagram.
Yeah.
So this leads me into now. That's when we first met, technically. As far as like friendship building into relationship, this was funny because I never thought I'd like actually get in a relationship this way.
Yeah.
But basically, I went live one day on Instagram, and this was 2020. So this was literally 2 years later, bro. Like, I need y'all to understand. No, I feel like that happened 2019.
It was 2019.
You're right.
Yeah.
So I was already out of college school, but I was still I met Kenzie through college school. So that happened 2019.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, around the same time, it was around like April. I went live one day. I have a screenshot. It's going to be inserted of us on live if I can find it. Okay, if I can find it.
I got the screenshot.
Oh, he got it. Okay.
I got the screenshot.
Of us on live, and that's where like we started talking, and I went live basically, which was funny because it was a petty going live to make someone else mad, actually. So it was just all wrong, basically. But I found my future husband through that live, so I don't even care, man.
Kinda
Look,
crazy.
Ain't it? But went live. He went live with me because he was just like, "Hey, Deb." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember you." And mind you, we have been like liking each other's pictures, hyping each other up, but not in that type of way. Literally, like, I was doing the same thing with his brother. He was doing it with my friends. Yeah, and he was doing
making content too.
He was making content-based videos, like funny videos and stuff. And I'm like, oh, yeah, go ahead, Greg. Like, that's sweet. So we have been doing that all that year, but not nothing excessive, but just, over,
Hyping
every
each
other,
other up,
every other post, whatever. So I went live. Okay, Black Excellence, period. So I had went live, and he randomly came in. It was really late too.
Yeah.
And so like not many people were in the live, maybe like 50 people. It wasn't that serious, And so he was like, "Hey, let me hop in, blah, blah, blah." He hopped in. We had a great discussion.
That boy blew up.
That boy did go stupid.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know, because we just started talking.
Yeah, I didn't have the followers she had, but when I got in there, for some reason, all their followers just flooded in there.
Because I never showed any side of my life at that point. I was on grind mode. I was posting every day, but it was all makeup based. I was not showing anybody I was with, my family, none of that. And so they're like, "Who is this?" Deb don't go live with nobody unless it's promo. So they like, "What?" So they was being real nosy. And I'm like, "Well, this is my friend." They in the comments like, "Oh my God, Deb, y'all look cute together."
Yeah,
like,
they was hyping it up. And I was just like, "Nah, I mean, it's not like that."
We chilling, right?
I thought maybe we could, but I mean, I wasn't really insinuating that, but I was really just like, "Oh yeah, I mean, that's nice to see."
Thank you.
Right.
But yeah, so They was hyping us up. We were really having a good discussion. Like, I don't remember exactly what the discussion was, but Greg is so easy to talk to. Like, I need y'all to understand this man just has a great spirit. Okay, he's just amazing person. So it was easy to talk to him. And so after that live, Greg DM'd me. Yeah, you DM'd me, buddy.
Okay, let me cut in right here. This is what we not about to. So let me not be modest, because we definitely did find each other attractive.
It
wasn't like, oh well, I mean.
and there were discussions to where, I'm like, he's saved. That's a big one for me.
Yeah.
That's a big check for me. I thought there was no saved people my age. I ain't gonna cap.
It's hard to
and
find.
Handsome and not insane. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, it's checking a lot of boxes. But again, we at the time, at least for me, and I think he can say this too, we still weren't going into it for initially for a relationship. We were just like, let's make content together. We were really good on camera. We were having fun. Like, let's talk about maybe doing some collab content.
Yeah.
So that's where we exchanged numbers through DM.
Yeah, so I had DM'd her like, hey, yeah, you want to like make some content, or maybe we can go on live again, and maybe that'll boost up something. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, because we have fun.
Actually, I shouldn't even say it was like that. It was more like we enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
It was more like, hey, let's just go live. It was fun.
Yeah, it didn't seem like work or anything.
And
it
was the pandemic time, so everybody
was going live. When we was in the house,
yeah. So
everybody was.
It was more of like not necessarily for a gain,
yeah,
but it was more
work.
like let's just do it because it was fun.
Yeah, because everybody is going live.
Yeah,
anyway.
I was going live with my friends, and we was making these funny videos on live and doing funny stuff.
Hilarious.
And it just, it ended up working out.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Crazy thing is, I don't think we went live again after that.
No, we didn't. We literally, we called each other that night, and we talked until we heard birds chirping.
Yeah.
Until we heard birds chirping that morning. We talked all night, and that happened for like the first couple of months where we talked all night long, where my schedule was jacked. My sleep schedule was jacked up.
Yeah.
And his too. And he was going through. You were done with. You were in spring.
School had just ended.
Yeah.
It just ended.
Yeah.
For our semester. Like we had just got done doing finals and everything. We were like, it was the summertime. We were talking literally like every day.
Yeah.
No, not even literally. It was every day.
Yeah.
And all day. And till the birds were like, literally, we would be laughing.
Because I'm like,
birds,
the birds are here mocking us about the time right now.
Yeah, we would be. I mean, we didn't have nothing. Well, I didn't have nothing to do. I wasn't going to school because school
I
was
wasn't.
out.
And I was making content, but I was learning how to stretch my content to where I didn't have to film every single day. But I still was filming a lot. But it didn't take me as long as it does now. I feel like because it's like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. It's like, very time consuming as opposed to back then. I could film for a good 3 hours and be okay.
Right.
For the whole, But now it's like I'll be filming for about like 6-7 hours.
Jesus.
Not filming all that time, but
Right.
content-based stuff. Yeah. So yeah, that is how we met, how we started talking, how we started. Obviously, as months went by, we were just like this. We were very good friends, but we were like, this chemistry is crazy.
Yeah.
And that kind of led into the next.
How long we been together?
How long we been together? Yes, that question. How long we been together? I also want to talk about leading up to us actually, hey, let's move forward with an actual relationship. Like we're dating.
Yeah, she actually told me that she loved me, and I was like, wow, that's crazy because I think I love you too. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that was a big step for me. Like, that was a lot.
Yeah, she when she told me that, I don't know if you were nervous or not. I didn't realize.
I was.
Oh.
I was very there. I was thinking about it all day. Like,
but she was just like, I'm just going to say it. And I was like, what? And she was like, I think I love you. I was like, wow. I think I love you too. And it was completely genuine. It was nice. It was just like,
it was great.
Like, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because I didn't expect to find somebody who would like work with me in a type of way and really just mix with my personality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously we got our differences in some aspects, but I mean, we like really merge together well.
We do. 100%.
And the fact that on top of it, we were saved, which is like she said, it's a big check mark for her and for me too. It was like, man, because I've been in previous relationships and I haven't been able to be outwardly open with my faith.
I agree.
And I had to do things like in terms of my faith
felt like
alone.
compromising.
Yeah.
A lot.
And
not the good type of
relationship
compromise.
Not the best, but I mean, I tried to work things out that way, and it didn't always work out the best.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's amazing when you can be like that. You can
when
be
you
open.
can be your honest, like, organic, true self with someone, like, that's just the best.
It feels like so much different and more genuine.
It does.
Like, I don't have to be hiding who I really am and feel like if I am me, you're not gonna like me as much, you know?
Right. Like, if I start acting my true self, he gonna, you know.
Yeah.
I thought that Greg helped me realize that I'm beautiful and I don't have to wear makeup to be beautiful. Wow. I told you that. Remember how I said, like, I thought there was a point in my life while I was dating you, like,
in the beginning or something?
In the beginning, where I wasn't wearing full face of makeup at that point. I started it, and then you're like, your skin is beautiful. You see, compliments and stuff like that, but not just that, but you made me really feel myself. But the eyebrows have always been a big thing for me. And it's so funny now thinking back like that, like, no, I did not go outside of my house. I never showed my face unless I had some eyebrows on. And I'm not talking about fleeked like this. I'm talking about, like, at least a little bit of brow product. Always. Like, I'm not playing. I'm talking about nobody saw me like that. Barely my family did.
That's crazy.
And then
it's fact.
He helped me and through real forgiveness and, like, the Holy Spirit really working its way through me to love myself. And your encouragement really helped me know, like, Deb, what, you just gonna be married to somebody and get up every day and put on eyebrows? Like, that's not gonna work, sis. But not just that, but, like, loving myself as I am,
Facts.
So that was a big thing for me as well.
And I think, like, even from the beginning, we were very open about our faith and how much
we had to be, yeah,
how much we love God. And
we were, because it was getting to that point where it's like, I can't, like, try to keep talking to somebody knowing you in denial at that point, because I know I'm not letting you meet my family, like, and then you make a fool of it.
And that's what honestly made us feel more, like, open to be ourselves.
Exactly.
Like, and really love ourselves. It seemed more genuine. Like,
oh yeah,
like, oh man, like, I had my own insecurities as well, and she made me feel like, wow, it's not that big of a deal. Like,
not at all.
It made me feel more, like, open to, like, talk and be, even though I'm very, like, I like to communicate, it made me feel even more open to do that.
100%.
So just giving your partner that safe space to be open to you.
Yeah.
And even it doesn't have to be a partner, but friend or family.
Friend and families as well. And also just having that straight up understanding.
Yeah.
Of this is what I am expecting, and this is what I want. This is what I need. Let's discuss this beforehand before time starts dragging. You get me? Like, that's what that dating stage is for.
Right. Oh,
we've been. I was just about to talk about it because I know you want to. First, how long have we been together? We have been together officially, boyfriend, girlfriend, dating, almost 2 years now in January. December. We have been talking.
Oh, January, yeah.
Technically, we put dates on stuff because it was, like, so fuzzy back then. So, January 15th.
Yeah, January.
Now, we've been together, as in talking stage, dating stage, all that, romantically, for over 2 years. It's got to be like 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
Because about May.
Yeah, because
May of 2020.
I'm with me, I'm like a patient type of thing. And I like to really get an understanding of, who you are. And I want you to understand who I am as well. Because there might be something that I do that you don't necessarily like.
Right.
And there's always that honeymoon stage where somebody you like, it's like first 2 months. And then
I need y'all females to listen to this. Girl, like, I need y'all to listen to this because
guys too, though.
You're right about that. Actually, everybody listen to this because I had a way different way of thinking that I'm gonna talk about after he's done. But he helped open my eyes on this.
So even with guys, like, the first 2 months, things are great. Even the first 3, it's great. I knew even after the first month that I was gonna love Deb, and I could have asked her to be my girlfriend then. But I wanted to make sure she was going to like really understand what type of person I am, and I could understand what type of person she was, because people change. People change and they put on a certain type of outlook because they do love you in that moment. It's that honeymoon stage, and it makes you feel like, man, ooh, like this is great. This and that. And after 7 to 8 months, it's like you get in that first argument, and you like
disagreement.
yeah, or disagreement. That's what we call it, disagreements, because we try our hardest not to shout or yell, which I consider arguing.
I was about to say arguments do that, but you're right. You know, argument, disagreement,
right,
all of that.
But yeah. So when you get in that first argument, you start to really look at the person differently and how they communicate, and how they come to you, and how they talk. Or are they gonna go do this after we talk or argue, or is this gonna happen, or
you're gonna be breaking stuff in my house, you're
right,
slamming doors,
and you slamming doors. Like you start to really see somebody's true nature or true character, and that was something that we got over. Like we were able to talk, and it helped me realize, like, okay, this is gonna work. I love this girl, and she's willing to communicate with me even through disagreement. If we have a difference of opinion, or if we don't understand each other, we'll give each other time to actually come and talk and not shout, but really try and understand each other's opinion.
I agree.
So
yeah, and like that was a big one for me, because I'm like, I feel like a lot of people feel this way too. But first, let me say, and he knows this, and we follow this faithfully, is we are big on God's timing. Although I still need help with patience, but we're big on God's timing, knowing to pray, ask, is this for me? Is this not for me? Is this person for me? Are they not for me? So I don't want to disregard that. But I actually really like what he was saying about seeing people how they truly are, and sometimes that takes time. Some people will show you like that, you know. But sometimes it takes time. It takes certain situations, certain scenarios to come up to be like, I don't like how you handled that. And if they aren't even willing to talk to you about that, then they might not be right for you. Because how, when you bring kids into this, marriage comes into play, family, all that. You don't want to be going through all that,
Right.
But a lot of people I know a lot of people myself who feels this way. And I have once that if you're not my boyfriend, I don't owe you nothing. We're not talking. We're not dating. None of that. It's either boyfriend, marriage. That's them the titles. Without the titles, what is there? I don't owe you nothing. We don't have to. And I don't agree with that. I don't think I've ever agreed with, like, if we're not boyfriend and girlfriend, then this isn't anything. But I definitely agree with, like, hey, like, you don't have to put a time on it. It's not even putting a time on it. But, you don't have to give it a certain, scenarios and stuff, because we can go through the scenarios as we're in a relationship, right? I just feel like now, after hearing his perspective on that, by saying literally, like, I don't owe you anything, it's like the understanding of each other really matters. Because if I'll take me, for example, or I'll take a girl, for example. If she's saying, like, well, you're not my boyfriend, so I'm about to be talking to 5 other guys, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which a lot of people do that, I know. 5 other guys, but, I'm talking to you too, but it's getting serious, like that. But I'm not about to, like, let go of them while we talking, right? Okay. If he's doing the same thing and y'all have that understanding, that's one thing, right? Y'all both know. You don't have to know them personally, like, he knows my man that I talk to or something. But, like, no, until this is, like, up to that next level, to that, title, then we not going that far. Okay. But if you got them men, and he is thinking that we are, like, exclusive right now, that's where that communication comes in. Because it's like, yeah, he's going to feel some type of way if he finds out about them. He definitely is. Because wouldn't you? You would. Like, let's not lie to ourselves. If you found out, like, okay, I thought we were exclusive. Yeah, you talking to 5 other girls. Tell me you wouldn't be mad. So that's where that communication comes in, where it's like, okay, if we talking, dating, whatever you want to call that, we're trying to, work up to marriage, work up to dating. Yep. I never talked to no one to just talk to them. Like, I'm not talking to you as free time, like, because I'm lonely or because I need attention.
Right.
I'm talking to you because I'm trying to possibly date to marry you.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's not the understanding off rip, then let's talk about that type of stuff. Let's talk about it while we're in that dating, talking stage, so we know. Because I feel like that's where a lot of stuff get misconstrued, and how people be like, I'm still can't find a man, or I still can't find the woman for me, whatever, That's
Right.
where stuff start getting mixed up, because
Right.
it's like, you thinking one way, he thinking a complete different way.
That's a fact. And I would say, like you said, communicate.
Yeah, you got
communicate. Make sure that you let somebody know, like they shouldn't have to come to you first and ask what the heck is going on.
to. Mm-hmm.
Let them
Yeah.
know, like, off rip,
Yeah.
this is what it is and this is what I'm trying to do. And if they not for that, then don't put your energy into it.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a lot of time wasted, man.
right. And if
Be
they are
mad.
for that, I think you should, if you are saved,
Mm-hmm.
pray with them.
That's
Um,
great advice.
Deb and I, whenever we have a disagreement or even a positive discussion,
Mm-hmm.
we try to pray
After,
and
lift it all up in prayer,
yeah. So pray about it and try and get that understanding and ask for God's guidance through it. So
Mm-hmm. That's a good one.
after the conversation.
Praying together is necessary
Oh yeah,
in our relationship, at least.
for sure.
Next question is, what is our love languages? So we just kind of talked about this.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah.
I go live on my TikTok before every time we film, which is on Sundays we film. Saturdays
right.
is the upload day. So if y'all want to hit me up on TikTok live, make sure.
It was a great live.
It
too.
was great. They were
fun.
asking great questions and stuff.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And it's BeatsByDeb on all platforms, right?
BeatsByDeb on all platforms. So make sure y'all follow, like,
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest.
Yep.
All of
yes, sir. That man is so supportive. Get them together, duty.
Oh yeah.
So did you want to go? What's your love language?
I did say physical touch earlier, but mine is, I believe, quality time.
Yes, it's definitely quality time. I was like, no, yours is quality time.
Yeah, it's quality time.
Yeah.
Quality time for sure. I just like being around. Like, I don't necessarily.
You don't even gotta be in the vicinity.
Yeah.
FaceTime is good for you.
Oh yeah,
you don't care.
As long as we like, as long as you're there, it makes me know, like, okay, you do care if you're willing to be there. And it don't matter what I could be making food, washing dishes, playing the game. As long as you're just there, I like that.
I agree.
So
I like that as well. And I could say all 5 of them. Everybody could say all 5 of them. I love them.
Right,
Well,
right,
not every, some people be like, no, I don't care about, I really love, it's not gift giving, but it's like, it's another one.
words of affirmation.
No, not words of affirmation, but I feel like it's almost like gift giving. They said it was something in my comments. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. But physical touch is my favorite. No, I am sad. They don't.
Lord,
Literally,
Oh,
literally, physical touch for me, I love. I could just be touching his hair, his face, just hold his hand, like, and I'd be set. Literally, I just feel at home. I feel peace.
Crazy. Real quick, the crazy thing is like my mom was the only person I would ever allow to do my hair or touch my hair. And now she does my hair.
Yeah.
She rebraids my hair. So
yeah,
that's a big step.
He don't play about his hair. Y'all see how long it is. Like, that man do not play about his hair.
Right. And the thing is like my aunt does hair. My aunt Jackie, she's done my brother's hair, Devin, but I've never let anybody. I don't think I've ever. Not that I can remember. My cousins might be like, "What? I done your hair?"
Yeah,
I can't remember,
they are.
but from what I can remember, my mom is the only one who's done my hair, and now Dev is taking that over, which is great because my mom probably tired of doing my hair.
I'm like,
man.
leave that woman alone. Literally, I'm like, all right, that's enough of this. But I didn't want to like take over her job because the man's mother is very important to him. I'm not about to just take every job from her or anything like that. And I guarantee she likes that quality time too. Look, she be acting. Mama, you be acting, girl, but like, I didn't want to take everything over, but I felt like that would probably help her, as well as I get my physical touch too. I get to run my hands through this man's hair. Love that. He got so much hair on his head. Anyway, but yeah, so that's our love languages, and I definitely could see him like in all like having all of that in him. With gift giving, I'd say we both like more sentimental gifts. I did ask for flowers recently, but
She did, but
I definitely like to see time and effort put into a gift. That's so
that's
sentimental.
big for me.
Yeah,
That is huge.
I be doing all type of art projects for the man, and I love it. Like that. That was the because they kept saying that, you know, I be cooking and I be doing all these art projects and stuff. They're like, it's something. It might be gift giving, maybe.
I don't know, but
I love it.
that if you're gonna get me something, I'm more of a make a card type than buy me some shoes or anything. Granted, we have bought each other's shoes and stuff like that's.
I got them on right now.
Right,
Thank you,
right. But I'm more of like sentimental gifts, and she is too.
Mm-hmm.
She likes sentimental
acts
gifts.
of service.
Acts of service.
That's literally got to be almost right up there with physical touch for me.
Okay.
Love that. If I can make him smile and make him feel like he's loved by me, that I just be so happy.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. I'm
acts of service.
I think I'm
he's like that too.
Yeah.
That's like, because gift giving isn't acts of service is the one. Yeah. Like, because it don't have to be a gift involved.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you could just tie my shoe for me. I be geeked. Like, I like receiving and giving the same thing. Yeah. Like,
I agree.
Oh, let me clean your ears out for you, please.
Please.
Wait, the audio. Please. Literally, it could be anything, dude. Like, that's physical touch and acts of service. But
yeah, I'm definitely at quality time to acts of service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, it's
something in there.
Yeah,
man.
definitely. Okay. Let's see the next question. This is good so far. This is great. Let's see. When did you tell him about your values and beliefs, and were you nervous about it? I told him right away. We talked when we were up talking all those nights and stuff like that for the first got exchanges of each other's numbers. Like, that's when all that came up. And that's why we talked so long, because it's super important. But to deep dive into beliefs and stuff like that, it happened right away. And I was not nervous about it, because once you kind of make that known, I feel like, I guess you could like breathe out with it like a sigh of relief. Like, I really like this person, or, you know, but I didn't feel nervous because we didn't initially go in for a relationship. It was kind of like we were really good, just having good talks, good friendship, you know, fellowship. And then it's like, wow, you know, you just talking to somebody like, oh yeah, like this,
and
this,
the conversations were just
flowing. Great. They flowed.
It was like, wow, you like that too, or wow, your family.
Yeah,
did
and
this,
then that's when, like, oh wow, you know, it was like, oh, that makes it even better. Like, you know, the attraction grows.
That is for us. If you had your own type of thing that you had to go through in terms of I would say, just to try and be strong in your faith and just be like, hey,
can't back down, or
this is what I do.
Yeah.
And you just got to be strong in it.
Because he made it known, and I made it known that we want God in the center of our relationship, and we can't back down about that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I will admit that at the time, I was pretty lukewarm of a believer. Having been grown up in the church, grown up with pastors as parents, grown up with them drilling things into our heads and beliefs and things like that. I should have been on fire for God, but I wasn't.
Right.
I wasn't.
I
can fully admit it. Oh yeah, we were pretty much at the same space, mind space at the time. We were like, I mean, we love God, we know of Him, we want to be obedient to Him, but
we had work we needed to do.
We had a lot of work we needed to do, and we've been doing that. And I feel like this year has been great with us really working on putting God first in our, I would say marriage again, in our relationship.
Yeah, man.
In our relationship. So
speaking into existence.
Oh, you know I am. Look. Yeah, so I wasn't nervous about it, but I could see how right now, you know, with all the different beliefs there are out there, it could be nerve-wracking. But if you hear from God and He's telling you to do what you need to do, you better listen to Him. That's all I could say. Don't back down about it now, boy. You in there now. You know?
Deep dive.
So deep dive into it.
Facts.
Did you have anything else to say about that? Or I'm gonna move on.
No, that was all.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
Dogs or cats? I am more of a dog person than a cat person. Even though my friend, shout out to Bobby Sanford, man. Probably won't see this probably unless it blows up. Or something, he had 2 cats, man, and they were cool. But I was still more of a dog person. I even owned a cat. And I loved him.
Your boy.
I loved him, man.
Yeah.
Jack, man.
My boy Jackson.
My boy Jackson.
Yeah,
Wanted to name him Shadow,
cat.
but hey, that's a different story. Anyway.
I also am a dog person. I have 2 beautiful German Shepherd babies. One is a 10-year-old boy, about to be 11. Thank you, Jesus, for having him last this long. Because, wow, they said he was going to be long gone last year.
He cool. He's so cool.
Yes.
Cool with certain people.
Cool with certain people. And Greg has
time.
built a great relationship with him over time. And that's just saying a lot because he's one of those German Shepherds that hates everyone except for who's in his house. So, yeah. And not just hates them, but, you know, it's ferocious to them. So
Protective.
As we trained him to be. So, you know, not on purpose, though. And then his name is King. And then I have my boy Prince, which he is just a ball of energy. And my mom told me don't call him crazy and don't call him insane. So that's my boy. He's just a little high.
He's hyper,
you know?
Very hyper.
And he is too. And yeah, they do not get along, but King has learned to tolerate him. Prince just wants to play all the time, and he's like, I don't care if you're a grumpy old man, I'm still gonna try to play with you.
Mess with him, man.
Love German Shepherds, obviously. But definitely a dog person. I only like big dogs. Sorry to the Chihuahuas and the Pomeranians and all of those rat dogs. No,
Wiener
thank
dogs,
you.
man.
Nah, man, I'm straight on all of that, man. We like medium to large.
You know, I recently ended up liking the Australian German Shepherd?
Yeah, Aussie, I think it's called. Yeah, it's Australian something.
Man.
Australian Shepherd. It's not German. Australian Shepherd.
Shepherd.
Yeah, Australian and German.
Man. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Done for it. Yeah, the Aussie. Which they are really cute. Most shepherds I love. I love animals though. I actually wanted to be a vet as the first job I ever wanted.
Man.
When I was younger, until I realized I had to put the animals down as a vet, and I was like, never mind. But I've had many pets, and over the years, my favorite animal to own is probably a bunny. I've had several.
I had a goldfish. A fish.
He had a fish, and he loved his fish. Love that.
Gus, man.
My boy Gus. R.I.P. Gus.
R.I.P. Gus.
What a great fish. I wish I got to meet him, man.
Yeah, if you would have met him,
animals.
he was cool. He was definitely
he's aware.
He was aware.
I love animals. They're just very fascinating. They are very fascinating. I wish I had TikTok back then when I owned my bunnies. I would have been a way better keeper of my rabbit, definitely. But he was a Netherland Dwarf bunny. I'm gonna show pictures of my animals, definitely.
I wish I had pictures.
I know.
Lost files, man.
Lost files for real. And yeah, he Snickers was my bunny, my first bunny, and he was
Snickers is a cute name.
Snickers, I love him. He was around. It was 6 to 8. I can't remember his exact age, but he was old for a Netherland Dwarf bunny.
Oh, wow,
he was old. King remembers him. Because we got King around towards the end of his life. So it was great though. I love bunnies. For anybody who maybe want to get their kid a pet, that's a good starter animal. I feel like
that or a fish.
Or a fish, definitely. Okay, next question. How do we handle being okay, this is for me then. How do I handle being an influencer and maintaining a relationship? So, I don't feel like that's difficult at all, actually, because I make my own schedule pretty much. So what I started doing recently, which has helped me a lot and helped me to not feel like I need Greg's attention 24/7,
Sounds
is
about right.
While he's working, I will try to do my content and I'll try to work. So being able to make your own schedule has its advantages. Obviously, he works a lot. He works a ton. And so with that, I'm like, well, let me get up off my butt. I'm over here just looking at this man pictures all day. Like, girl, stand up. Like, get up. Get up. Like, come on. And so, I will, when he goes into work, I'm still asleep at that time because no. But I get up about 2 hours later, around 10 a.m., and get my day started, get my post ready, all that type of stuff. And I will definitely try to work until he gets off. And then, I try to cook for him, bring it up to his job sometimes. I've been implementing that the past couple of weeks, which has been really fun. Stuff like that, where it's like, okay, you're not dependent on this person being in your face as much, but definitely time management plays a factor. Because the other day, I had filmed later in the day, and he had got off, and he's like, "Hey, Deb, like, wanting to do our normal catch up after he works," and I'm like, "Well, I'm filming," and then I'm filming all the way till he got to go to work again.
Yep.
To another job.
Yeah,
so it's like, well, see you tomorrow, which sucks, but I know it's for a season. The guy got us doing this for a reason.
Oh, bars.
Yeah, that wasn't even a purpose.
He's
speaking through me. Yeah, so I feel like it's really fun to be able to do it that way, because imagine if I was out in a different setting working, a scheduled shift. It'd be like, well, this when we got this a little bit of free time. This is my schedule for the month. That type of thing. So
right.
I feel like it's more freeing. It is.
Gives you opportunity.
Definitely. Give me more opportunity for us to hang out. When his off days, I'm like, don't talk to me. Then my off days too.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, even with my busy schedule, it gives me opportunity to like FaceTime her when I can.
Yeah,
she can FaceTime her when she can, and I can step away because I do car sales. I sell cars.
Yes, go ahead. Go up to.
I help people get vehicles.
Okay,
I'm not a
okay,
salesman.
period. Yes,
but I can step
great.
away and FaceTime her when I like.
Go ahead, do your introduction. So this is Suburban I love it. It'd be so fast.
This is Greg Campbell with Suburban Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
I love that.
Zooming through it, man.
Yeah, you do. You be picking up the phone. This is Greg Campbell. I say, oh. But yeah, it's really good though to answer that question.
Hey.
So
if y'all need a car.
So if y'all need a car, a new one, used one, he got you.
We sell Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chrysler.
Mm-hmm.
For new, and then used, we sell anything. So
yes,
slide on down to Ann Arbor.
Slide and get you a car, buddy.
Man.
Oh, this is a great question. When do you plan on getting married? It's like, no.
That's a question?
Yes, yeah, that's what. Yeah, you could tell me. You could tell them.
I've
on the spot. Let's get it. Don't worry.
I build a lot of my thought process on that patience and God. God gives me the timing. I pray, and He gives me basically the guidance on that, and lets me know when the right time is. He'll say, "Hey," he'll literally be like, "Hey, just give it a little more time. Do this, that, or the other.
Sick about it.
Get your consistency right."
I'm not sick about it.
She needs to be consistent, or I need to be consistent, and He'll just let me know. Like, it literally would be that simple. Like, oh man, it's not nothing that she does or anything that I necessarily do. It's more like getting our mindsets right, and that's mainly for me too. I would like to have the proper mindset
to bring into
a marriage.
I agree. After he kind of discussed that with me, obviously more in depth,
right?
I was like, "You right. I got some things I need to work out with myself, and I want to grow in my faith. I really want to, which I plan on doing this week. One of my friends that were coming over, we're doing a full deep dive Bible study. It's going to be really fun.
Oh, that's great.
Because I want to know the word more, not just, to know it, but for myself, to apply that in my life. I want the Holy Spirit to really work through me. You know what I mean? And that's going to be something that has nothing to do with our relationship, but has to do with my relationship with Christ. So I'm excited for that. It's things that I have to know, like, okay, Greg is the number one man in my life, right? God is above him. Like that realization for a lot of people in relationships is hard. You know what I mean?
Hey.
Like, you putting somebody before me? Like, it's not about somebody though. It's about him.
That's him.
The only one. You know what I mean? So that realization can hit you hard, because it hit me hard. Like, you waiting for God's time, and what about my happiness? You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? I want it now though. You know, and we talked about this in our recent Bible study. I do a girls group Bible study, and she was talking about, like, what's the number one thing in your life right now? And I really just wanted to be honest with myself and with them, transparent. Like, I really said, like, I'm not gonna lie, my relationship is the number one thing in my life right now, and that's not what it should be. And that realization is hard for people to swallow, including myself.
It's not easy. It's not easy for me either.
My relationship should not be the number one thing in my life. It should be my relationship with Christ.
Right.
But I'm
the thing is we put priorities on our own relationship, which is,
we do,
in an instance, isn't necessarily bad.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of the right thing is to prioritize God and trying to learn and speak with him and get the right guidance for those things. And
because, I mean, how can I prioritize my relationship when I want the center of my relationship to be him? It's like, how I'm asking for stuff from you, like, you got the answer. You ain't got the answer to everything, neither do I. You know what I mean? So it's like, if I can't even talk to him, how am I going to talk to you?
Right.
How am I going to want these great things for my relationship and I don't have, you know, a good relationship with the Lord yet? I can't put my faith in you, and you can't put your faith in me.
Not the extent of what God can do.
Exactly. Not that
we can only have our worldly
faith in each other. Exactly.
So
that's pretty much. Wait, what's that? What was the? Oh,
what was that question?
It was about getting married. I have my faith. I have my trust and my faith in Greg's relationship with Christ, that he is waiting and for the word of the Lord to come to him and ask him to marry me. Now, obviously, that's not going to apply to everybody. You know what I mean? But that's just the understanding we have in our relationship, and I'm so glad to have it, because I was looking for someone that had that same type of belief as me.
I just feel like, and for guys too, it works better if you pray and ask God to guide you. And because if you jump into a relationship, it might not work for you. You might start to see things that might not work for you. And I mean, there's other things that might happen, or you might need to come to your own realization, like something more consistent for yourself, like whether it be working out or a job or anything like that, reading the Bible. It's just certain things that you may need to do before, or she might need to do. Girl can pray too to God, like, God, when is the right time?
Oh, yeah. Both need to.
Can you give me signs of him doing this? Or
100%.
There's nothing wrong with praying. There's nothing
I pray
wrong
for
with
Greg constantly.
Right. There's
because
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, not at all. Especially if you do want certain things to happen in your relationship. Prayer. I mean, what else you can't just sit there and hope and hope and hope. I'm praying and hoping, you know.
That's where your faith comes in, though.
That's where the faith definitely comes in.
You got to just have faith in God. And he's going to give you those opportunities to do certain things and bless you.
And you better take them.
You better take them.
You better take them, man.
You better take them.
100%.
Take that jump. Like, I took a huge jump.
Moving back here.
Moving back to Ann Arbor. Because I was at Western Michigan, and I told myself, I'm not coming back home until I graduate.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna stay until I'm done.
Said I'm done.
And when COVID happened, it was just a lot of things that were going on, and then I met Deb, and I just realized I needed to get over myself a little bit and take the opportunities I got back at home, which is I could be closer to home, I could save money, I can, be there for my family if stuff happens, because people are getting sick, and I have family members that are passing, and I just wanted to be there with my family, and I needed that more than I knew I needed it. So
Yeah,
Definitely take those opportunities.
That was a big leap.
Yeah.
That was a big leap for him.
A leap of faith. A leap of faith.
I'm big on leaps of faith, I will say.
Yeah.
And it's not easy for everybody.
It's not.
It's not easy for me in certain aspects. But certain aspects it is.
Change is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not going to be. If it was easy, everybody would just be, all right, I'm switching up.
Yep, I'm switching up now. We're done with that. Let's start over. Let's do this.
So
that kind of leads into the next question, though. When you wait on God and let your person come to you, how do you really know if they are the person for you?
Oh,
that's a good question.
That's a great one. There's signs.
I agree.
There's signs. Yeah, there are toxic people in the Christian community. Don't get it twisted. Like, there are people who are like still not faithful to the Lord, and
they're not. I mean,
and
all that stuff we got to work on.
Everybody,
for sure.
I mean, by no means am I saying I'm perfect.
Oh no, I know.
Far from. Definitely got things I need to work on, but there's signs where you're just gonna be like, wow,
that ain't lining up with
that's not lining up with what I want to do, or vice versa. For the guy or the girl, and you'll just see it and be like,
that ain't it.
That ain't it. I'm straight on that.
I had a experience like that where I thought someone was saved, that they wanted to potentially date me. I thought they were saved, and I don't know what they were. I'm not sure what the denomination you want to call it or whatever, but they didn't believe in the devil, which is not about believing in him, but knowing that he's a thing is a thing.
Right.
Definitely. I don't even know what you'd call that. It was more of God is love. God is, merciful. God is, which he is.
Right.
But you think there's no consequence when you disobey his word? Let's not act like that's not a thing.
Right,
that's what me and you have been doing this year, have been trying to do, be obedient. And that's difficult. You know what I mean? That can be difficult.
There's consequences to your actions.
100%.
And a lot of people get it misconstrued, like, there's consequences to your actions. That's the devil.
But it don't always be.
It's not always like that. You made that decision. That's on you. You didn't follow God. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the devil that's going to have to be doing that, but that's on you that you didn't follow the right path. So,
100%.
It's not always the devil. That's just a mistake that you made.
It literally.
So
you reaping that, buddy. So about that, if you feel like you waited on God, and how are you gonna wait for, is that person gonna be for you? I feel like there are clear signs, but again, I feel like that's where prayer comes in, real trust, and seeing those signals, like, and you're not gonna like every single thing about a person. I'm not gonna say that either.
That's a fact. But I'll give a clear example.
Oh, perfect.
For instance, here's just an example, and a lot of people are gonna be like, "What?"
Oh man, I'm ready.
They might feel some type of way about it, but I know Deb can agree with me because we've had conversations about it. Celebrity crushes.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
That's a huge one.
We just seen a couple of TikToks about that.
Right. Like, that's a big no.
Yeah, because
the thing is the reason why I say that is because, like, people will put all these celebrities on this pedestal and be like, "Oh, I love him, this, that, or the other. I love her," or you got them as screensavers, or you got them as they on the TikTok they said on the seats on your bathroom, on the curtains of your bathroom, toilet covers, all that.
That's crazy.
And it's like, so let's say you're saying all this stuff like, "Oh, I would never meet him, this, that, or the other," or never meet her. But if that opportunity did arise, that means you'll be questioning our relationship. So that's already putting a bad light on our relationship.
That already is. I mean,
so it's like,
you should know. I think you would.
Yeah, that's a chalked.
Yeah, you chalked up. But
that mindset is not going to be easy to basically just change.
It's not, because it's like, if you can break that easily for someone you've never met and question your relationship at all for this human being that's just like the man you with right now.
Only difference is the money.
Only difference is the money.
And
Because they got their own good and bad qualities. Just like
whether he using a bidet or some wipes.
I mean, because what?
Man.
So with men and women, that is something that that's a huge sign where it's like, all right. Yeah. I'm glad other people were actually agreeing with that, because I feel like that's something that gets out of control.
It is.
I ain't no stand for nobody. I need y'all to understand. Like, no.
Yeah.
Especially if you going off of following and stuff like that. You going off of follower count or, what are you going off of talent with somebody who can sing? Greg can sing better than...
Lord, now they about to be...
This man can sing better than... I swear, like, I promise y'all, like, he can sing so great. If that was the case, like, only because this man, like, Chris Brown, I always use him as an example, as a default, because, like...
I grew up in the church, and my mom's a singer.
I know.
She's a singer.
Y'all all can sing, but you got that anointing on your voice. Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Man.
But yeah, like, if Chris Brown was to come to your door, you questioning your relationship, sis? What do you think he's gonna be like? Yeah, come with me. Like,
man, you Chris Brown will probably give you a month of being around you.
Very
at
true.
the most. I would say a week.
Man,
but, a month, and then now you out of a relationship,
and you out of a Chris Brown.
And I think that's why a lot of the females that end up being with certain celebrities try and like trap them with a baby, because it's like, I know this only gonna last for about a few weeks or maybe even this.
That's
just
what you gotta do if you want that to last longer, and sometimes that don't even work.
Right, and because they know, like, after this, I'm back to my regular life.
Yeah, and with men it's harder because they can't purposely get that would be harder, I feel like. But they try to do their things as well. That I'm trying to stay with this. I'm trying to keep this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I definitely that's a clear sign, like, for me at least. And again, that all comes with your relationship, because it could be two stands together and they like, we got this pact, and if either of these people I meet them, you're out of here, buddy. That is sick to me. But
that is sick.
Again, that's your relationship. Y'all gotta work that out.
Somebody said that to me. I'm gonna have to get them together.
No, get them together, dude.
I'm gonna have to get them together.
Next question: how do y'all keep your relationship stable while y'all careers are flourishing?
Communicate. Well, I know I keep saying that. At least I said that a lot in the beginning, but communication. Like, for instance, Deb just told me, like, I get busy, and there's times where I don't get the chance to do certain things. Sometimes I just be like, all right, yeah, let's hang out, or let's go here. I mean, we've done picnics, which have been great and fun.
Oh, yeah.
And we gone on walks. But, I mean, she did, which it should be genuine, by all means. You should be just doing this because you want to, which I do. But sometimes time flies, and you just don't get the chance to do it. 100%. She let me know. It's like, hey, I would like some flowers. And I'm like, oh,
bro.
Yeah, I would love to. And it's not like I felt bad. Like, I wasn't like, dang, like, you don't, like,
yeah,
let me do that.
And that's the thing about Greg that I feel like, isn't like that for everybody, because although, like, yeah, I asked him for flowers because, and I know some girls gonna be like, Deb, what are you doing? But for real, he is a busy man. And he's doing that for our future. He's not just working for no reason. I know you're not.
Right.
I know you're not working all that. Look, I know you are working potentially for what we could, our future.
Right.
And so I did ask him, because it's not that I slip his mind or anything like that. I just simply wanted some beautiful flowers, because why not?
Right.
He has bought me flowers plenty of times. But I wanted something.
There's nothing.
I'm asking for a diamond ring yet. Yeah. I'm not asking him for a diamond ring. I'm just, I want something that will remind me of him. Why not? I didn't want to keep putting hints out. So I'm like, well, why not ask?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't be on social media either.
Exactly. So it's like I put it on my story, and man, he not gonna see that. He working. He not even looking at that. And so literally, he didn't, and I know he wouldn't take it no type of way. I just like, hey, dude, can I have some flowers? Like, can I please give me some Kroger flowers? They're really pretty.
And I didn't get mad. Like, no, she just communicated that.
That was the part that I feel like separates him somewhat. Sorry to tell you, but for real, like I feel like a lot of people would be like, "What you mean?" You know what I mean? Like, right. Oh, I'm not doing enough for you, type of thing. Which that's not the case at all. Like, but he knows that, and that's why it's like that wasn't even in the topic of discussion. It was like, "Oh, you want some? Okay." It's still gonna be a surprise because I don't know
what
they're gonna look like. None of that.
I'm not gonna ask her like, "Oh, what color?"
No, right. He's not gonna go into detail. Which ones exactly did you see? Like. No.
But I would say a good way keeping your relationship. What was it? With our busy schedules or something like that.
Yeah, it said while our careers are flourishing.
Our careers are flourishing. Definitely just communicate. Take time out for one another. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be. Don't make it so it's like a monetary thing. It doesn't have to be monetary.
And that
make it more genuine. And
I agree with you.
Go out on a walk. And literally. I mean, this is mainly for I guess females too, but for the guys, like, just like, hey, go out for a walk. Have something planned and make it seem like it's spontaneous. Like, let's go out for a walk. And then maybe if there's a restaurant nearby that you know of, maybe get that spot ready or something like that.
That when we went skating,
and just be like, "Oh, let's go over here. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do that."
Whoa. Podcast is off.
Yeah. So just do stuff like that. Like
you recently just did
and
that.
Make it spontaneous. I just saw this.
Some stuff out.
I'm giving away my gems.
No snap.
No, but
this man said, "You want to go skating?" I'm like, "Yeah." We ended up going to eat somewhere near there.
Yeah, just make it fun. Like go out for a walk. And it doesn't have to be monetary. Like it could be something as simple as a walk, and maybe having some picnic or something set up, and or
lunching in the park.
Or y'all can cook together in the kitchen if y'all do end up living together and you're husband or wife, or if you're not husband or wife, just cook together and really enjoy each other. Try and make it as gourmet as possible.
Gourmet on a budget too.
Right. Get like a plate and cook against each other or something. Oh, who can make the most gourmet plate?
Oh, we should do that. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
But, yeah, I definitely understand with the monetary thing. I was talking to him about this, and I wanted to talk about it on here too. About if you building your relationship off of money. I mean, that is temporary.
Right.
Monetary things, materialistic things, it's all temporary. We could even say this. Say y'all get married, you feel like, you're set, you have all your things in order, ducks in a row, you got your bills paid, all of that. Say you have a house fire, because it don't always have to be, it could be a natural disaster. It could be something like that. The economy crash is a big one, I feel like, because that could happen to whoever. Your money is not the way it was before. It can't hold up that lifestyle that you wanted and that you expected from that person. This goes for men and women, doesn't matter. If that's what your relationship was built off of, what makes you think that's going to last through a hard time where the money is not the same?
Right.
It's not going to last. Because as soon as that's gone, you gone, because that's what you was here for.
Your foundation is broken.
That's what was holding your relationship together. As soon as that's gone, separation, broken up. I don't want you no more.
Right.
I can get somebody that can pay from the stuff that I need paid for.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you do build that relationship off of what we've been talking about, communication, understanding, trust, faith.
You got more pillars to hold up that relationship.
Exactly. You literally have not just money. That's your relationship sitting on top. You got 5 different
pillars,
aspects and pillars holding in that middle. That solid one for us is God, and then we got communication, we got trust, we got respect. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
That's
I like
good.
That.
Boy, that's true with the pillars. I agree because I could see that scenario. And so, say one of those legs break, like money ain't even one of the pillars, but say that it was for somebody. Say one of the legs break, the money one, the pillar breaks. You still got 5 solid ones sitting there.
Yeah, and then y'all can build up and y'all can get that money back.
That can get back, back
But
a solid foundation.
If the money is the biggest foundation,
that boy crumbled
break
from something that you didn't even have to do. Because I'm not even going to say it was from spending overspending or, you bad investments or something. Something that didn't even have to do with you.
Right.
Once that's gone, it's like of no choice of your own. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, your relationship crumbles along with it.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's something that'll just like, you would basically just have to start all over with a whole new, I mean, if money is the biggest thing, especially if you guys didn't communicate, you already don't really know the person that well.
Exactly.
You might as well just start over with somebody new.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with money that you want.
Right. I mean, if that's what you want, find somebody that got it.
I mean, I don't want it to be the case for y'all, but I mean,
right.
That's what it sounds like. Your best option.
That's what this imaginary relationship sound like. Literally.
I like the pillar thing. That's nice.
That's I could draw that. That's
nice.
I
can draw that right now.
Man. Biggest pet peeve.
Me first?
I'll go first because you've been going first. My biggest pet peeve is I'll say well, I don't know how to say it in a biggest pet peeve, but something that I just irks my nerves is when people aren't realistic with themselves. Good God. Help me, Jesus. Because I'll be like, come on. Like, for example, if we're speaking on something, say me and you who watching, you say, Deb, I'm doing makeup too. I'm a makeup artist and I want to create content. Like, how did you get started? What did you do? What's the things that will help me get going? I sit here and tell you those things and how it could be as simple as using your phone and a ring light. You don't even need that. You could use a light bulb. I tell you everything that you need. You go and get it too. And you're ready, but you're like, I don't know, like, I think I need more. Like, I'm not, I can't do this, I'm just like, let's be real here, okay? Either you gonna do it or you're gonna sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we sitting here doing nothing? Let's stop talking about it and get some action. Right. Come on, because the thing about it is you're your worst critic. That's you are always your biggest, like, I'm telling you, you be sitting there, I be sitting there contemplating, like, should I? And the Holy Spirit, like, you better get going because you gonna miss the opportunity, sweetie.
And that's a big, because that's where me and Deb work great, because she would definitely uplift me to be like, Greg,
come on, man, it's time.
Let's go. And I'm be like, bet, let's go.
But it's just a little push, that you need sometimes. And I need push when it comes to my patience aspect. He's so good at that. And that's where we mix very well. Yeah. That I know the Lord did that on purpose because, good Lord, I needed it bad. And he was there, and he needed his push bad when I was there.
Right.
So, yeah, with just things being realistic, I just, we didn't talked about, I used to get on my family about this, and they used to be like, Deborah, like, it's not that serious. And I'm like, yes, it is. Because why are we talking about a trip that we have yet to go on, but we've been talking about it for like 3 years? Y'all keep mentioning, let's go here. We should go here. Let's start saving. Let's start looking at locations. Let's start we haven't moved forward with none of this. It's just been all talk. When are we
gonna make the first step?
The first step. Like, I need a real step though. It could be we could be steps into it, and then out of nowhere the communication stops. And I will say that I'm saying all of this, and I don't contribute much to it. Like, I'm being serious. Like, let me be real with myself. I'll be like, dude, like, we're talking about it while we're not acting. I could be the one to act, and I don't be.
We could be our biggest pet peeve.
And you was telling me that earlier.
And that's what I'm gonna say about mine is hypocrisy.
He hates
being a hypocrite, and I do it on my own myself. I'll be a hypocrite sometimes. I'll be pissed if somebody puts me out on myself. Like, hey, you're being a hypocrite because you don't do this, and I'll be like,
don't nobody like being called out. Don't nobody like. He said,
dang it, man! I knew I hated myself.
Nobody likes being called out for their own mess.
But yeah, a lot of the times, Not saying I'm a hypocrite a lot, but
No.
a lot of times it's like when people say certain things and they don't act as what they're saying.
They don't do the same things they asking of you.
Right.
You know?
So, like if somebody's like, "Hey, man, you don't be cleaning your car enough," and I go and look at their car, and I'm like,
that boy is
"Dude, you got all this McDonald's, you got burgers on your floor, fries everywhere,
trash piled up this high on your
like,
seat."
how you gonna sit over and say I don't clean my car enough, but your car is horrible?
People have entitlement in them that is like, you need to get your life together. Man. I don't care what's going on with me, but you need to get yourself together.
Right.
You know?
Right. And I mean, I've been caught in saying certain things like, bruh, let's get it together. Let's hit this gym. Let's go to the gym more. And I'd be like, I'm not trying to go to that gym. And I got a good friend, man. His name is George, and this man has been on a journey for working out. He does great work.
It's encouraging,
and he's very encouraging and inspirational. Shout out to him, man.
Shout out to my twin brother.
Oh yeah, Manny. Ooh, yeah, that man is really that's somebody that's in my face. George, I see him online, but Manny in my face. I've seen his work. He has been putting in work, man.
Let me get I don't even match my twin no more.
Man.
Get ourselves together, bro. This is crazy.
Manny is inspirational.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Yeah.
Him and Ant.
Oh my gosh, Ant too. Yeah. It's so many people that's like, you have changed your life around, like your eating habits, everything. I want that for myself. I want to be just healthy.
Yeah, Ant got a good combo with the streetwear and the working out. But like, hey,
that man is fashionable.
Oh yeah, my cousin Kwame too.
He's great too.
Got
some good quads going.
You
know how you be looking at people like,
he be wearing the hoochie daddy shorts. I be like, man,
I wish my quads was looking like that.
Jesus, let me get myself together. I work out in my room. I do like 100 push-ups.
That is just absolutely. I don't care how you break it up. That's absolutely insane to me because I can't even do but maybe 2, maybe.
I can do 50 straight.
Yeah, I have been in the gym. Start putting I've been in the gym about 4 times a week, but for real, I have. And it's been freeing. It's been such a therapeutic time. That, again, things that I'm doing for myself to where I don't have to depend on Greg being in my face so much. Because if you don't have because if you don't have a life outside of your partner, it's like, when something goes wrong, you're going to start beating up on that person because that's your whole life. You know? And I'm glad I can pray. I can ask God, help me, please. Like,
help me, please.
Like, for real. Next question. How do you make the relationship stronger when times are hard?
Prayer.
Man, you said it.
Prayer.
When times are hard and you feel like your back is up against the wall, both of y'all.
You gotta stand.
You gotta stand up.
It's the song. You just stand. Yeah.
I don't know.
Y'all don't know. I ain't singing it. I'm just gonna say it. Like, this ain't a concert. Y'all
right. Yeah, not for free. Okay. Anyway. But yes, it's true. You gotta pray. You gotta get to asking God for real.
Yeah.
What am I? Please show us the way. Guide us. Help us.
Yeah.
Like,
when times are hard, pray. Then after you pray, and you gotta go genuinely like to God and be like, God, please help us talk. Please help us get through this. Please help me get an understanding of what he's trying to say, and I hope he understands what I'm trying to say.
You've prayed that a lot for us because things can get so misconstrued.
Yeah,
even through a conversation face to face, let alone text or call.
Yeah, you'll be upset and you'll say something, and the way you say it, you may not have meant it like that, but out of your frustration, you didn't notice that you said it like that, and they're like, they get put off. They're like, oh, whoa, who you talking to? And then out of nowhere, it's like, I'm talking to you, and it's like, oh,
no, that I've never said to you.
It's like,
I quiet my tone immediately because Greg don't get out of character easily at all, for me at least, that I've seen. Now, he said he used to be a hothead at one point, but with me, Greg will check me, and I'll be like, because I don't you don't check me often, but I got to fix my tone with certain things, definitely. And I will call him out, too, like, all right, nah, Too much dip on that chip.
Yeah, it's about having respect for one another.
It definitely is, and where those boundaries are with each other, where it's like I don't appreciate that.
Right,
the way
right.
you just spoke to me was not it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because if he gets serious, I know he being dead serious, and if I'm like, okay, wait, hold on now, you know,
let's get a clarification. Are you for real? Or are you like?
Yeah, and he's told me about myself to where I'm like, I will adjust myself respectfully, and he has, and I've done the same to him. It's as long as those boundaries are set, you know, this is what need to be. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what I mean?
Fact. Yeah, just having respect for one another, and when times are tough, pray and talk it out, communicate.
Yes, you have to communicate, y'all.
And you gotta have that genuine care for wanting to understand what that person's trying to say.
He's right about that, because if you could talk and not hear a word that person said to you, because you just don't care.
Yeah.
You so mad at the moment that you like, I don't care what you're saying to me.
I just want to get my point out, and that's it.
And that's that. And he's right about that, because for me, he's so quick to Deb, like, let's talk this out. I'll be like, give me a second. Give me a minute.
I be wanting to fix stuff so quick. I'll be like, I do not want this to last.
And I know what you mean, because my mom always used to say, don't go to sleep angry. She ain't lying about that, for real. Like, I don't like that either. And so, like, he'll be like, Deb, like, come on, let's talk it out. Like, what's going on? Because it usually be me. I ain't gonna cap.
Nah.
It do. Because I just be like, I want more time with you. Like, that really be it. But, you know, he's like, let's talk this out. And I'm like, give me a minute. Like, because I be needing that time. Because it be a quivery boo-boo lip. Or I be ready to cry, or not cry out of sadness, but just out of frustration that, I want to be married. I want to be living together in a married relationship, in a covenant. I want that. But if the time is not now, then it's not now. I don't want to rush it, because then I won't have the favor in my relationship that I also
right.
So it's like, I'll be frustrated sometimes. I don't want those tears to be. I don't want to be all choked up and I can't talk.
Facts.
So I'll be like, give me a little, not time like days, but just give me a couple minutes, couple hours even, and then let's talk it out. But because if we just talking and you're in anger, it's like, I don't want to hear what you got to say. I'm gone. Right. My ears are closed. I could do that so good back when I was younger, when I was like teenage years. My mom said, did you not hear a word we said from like 13 to like 18? Because truly, we would have so many family meetings, and they didn't talk about so much stuff in them family meetings. Like, we still have family meetings and Bible studies and Bible, and church, basically, right, with our family. You know that. You be in it. And we talk a lot. And there was a point in my life where I was like, did not hear a word that was said, because I didn't even want to hear it. I closed myself off. I closed my ears out. That ear to hear, for real, was not open. I didn't even care. And you could do that in your relationship and not realize it.
Right.
And your man or, your wife or whatever be like, I told you that. And you be like, no, you didn't. I have no recollection of what you're talking about. And it's like, baby, I got you on recording. I know. And they like, what?
I was prepared for
this. It like, for real, because if you don't even want it, you're not going to hear nothing.
Right.
And that's that's not a good mindset and sense to have in a relationship where you got to talk things out and be communicating with one another. It's really horrible to have that. And again, that just comes with, over time, really talking things out. Like, hey, let's get to a point where let's wait a little bit, and then we can talk gracefully, peacefully. Let me pray first. Let me hit the prayer closet real quick.
Man.
Get some things out of here. Let me forgiveness in a relationship. Jesus. That need to be talked about too.
Forgiveness. That's a whole nother.
I might talk on that next week, because I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to talk on my next podcast. Might be forgiveness. I could do a deep dive into that. Let's go to the next question. We're almost done with the questions. How did you find a guy on the same page? It's hard to find a guy that respects my values. So I'll go first, and you can speak on the man's perspective. But I didn't find him. God sent him to me, 100%. 100%. I did not find him. There was a point in life where my mom knows this. I was looking for a man. I was looking for the relationship. I was like, I'm about to go look for my man. I'm about to find him because at this point I'm getting annoyed.
Right.
And my mom was like, he's gonna find you. Like, I guarantee you, he's gonna find you. And I'm like, girl, what you talking about? I gotta clearly have to go out here somehow. You know what I mean? And it just goes to show with the way we even met that I stopped looking at that point. I wasn't even It's always like the times that you least expect it.
When you busy, when
you focusing, I'm focusing on me. That type of, I'm done with, relationships. Garbage. Go.
Right.
I don't want that. It's because you put in so much effort into finding the person that's right for you. It gets exhausting almost. Yeah. Like you start looking at everybody like, ugh, But he sent you to me, and I know that if I looked for someone like you or someone that had my values, my beliefs, it wouldn't have been the same. Because I would have been looking for every single qualification off of a checklist in my mind. And nobody would have got them checks. For real. Let's be realistic with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, because again, realism. Like, let's be realistic. Mm-hmm. Nobody would have got all those check marks.
Except for me.
Except for you. But I just feel like because I wasn't listening to the Lord at the time, if I had gone looking for you, I wouldn't even found you. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like sometimes you got to just wait. And that patience was not in me at the time. So at the time, I'm like, man, ain't no waiting, ain't no relationships.
And the crazy thing is, it's like, let's say for instance, and we waited.
We did.
Let's say for instance, when we met that first day, who goes to say like we would have been right for each other at that moment?
Exactly.
I was going through my own mental thing, and you was going through your own stuff.
Exactly.
And we might not have been able to work at that moment, but the patience in that whole year was building us up ready for our moment.
Oh, it was all a plan to it. 100%. 100%.
And even though it's still 7 months after that.
Yeah, right.
But I would say, like a lot of the times the person that you're looking for is the one that you don't necessarily want. It'd be like the guy, like he not ugly, for instance, but he's like not the handsomest dude or the buffest guy or the strongest dude in the room or the most outspoken. But he shows interest in you, and you like, nah.
You he's put it nice. Off so quickly,
Yeah. He's nice. He got some good qualities, but that's more of a friend. And that's where that issue comes in, is because it's like, that's the guy. God's like, that's him. You've been asking for him. I brought him straight to you.
Oh, the silver platter.
You start talking to him. He's like, yeah, I'm actually from North Carolina, and I actually just moved out here 3 months ago, and I saw you, and you seem like a pretty nice person. We want to hang out, and, he's like, I believe in God, and you also believe in God, and he's a nice guy. He don't look the best. I mean, he still looks handsome, but he's not the most attractive.
Because my expectations are up here.
Right.
I'm looking for my ideal man.
Right. He got to be a certain skin tone or have a certain eye color.
He has to look literally like this man that I've made up in my mind.
Right.
Like, and that's why, too, I knew that Greg was for me as well, because the Lord gives me dreams sometimes. I don't dream often because I at a point in my life, I asked to stop dreaming because they were so specific. But I used to have a lot of dreams, and there would always be a man next to me. It didn't matter what I was doing. It was a man next to me, but I could not see his face, his skin tone, none of that. None of that. Body shape, nothing. I just knew he was there, like his presence was known.
It was like a blank unlocked
character. It was
literally
a blank unlocked. A locked character, literally. Yeah. Like, he was great almost. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I can't put like anything on. I just know he was there. After I started talking to Craig and stuff like that, again, we were just friends at that point. But until which we didn't talk about that, but we got to a point where you had told me, like, do you feel like this is something more? Like, we literally were saying it at the same time, which was crazy. We were literally like, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, I think like this
It was on FaceTime.
Yep. I
was
like you. For
It
real.
was
Like,
late. It
yeah.
was real late. It was like, I think I like you,
Yeah.
man.
Like this a little more than
I was like,
friends.
it's gotta be. I was like, are you like, you like me? Because I was like, I think I feel like we're more than just friends.
Yeah.
Like, this is.
It was getting to that
this is
point where
fun.
all right.
Like,
yeah, it was And so that exclusivity started coming, and I was having these dreams, and this man had always been here like for years. It was like a couple of years at that point. And then before I had told you I loved you, it was a couple of months into our like actual relationship part of it, and us actually dating and stuff. And your face was on that character, that character.
Man,
that
I was
had been
unlocked.
Locked. Yeah, you was unlocked. I'm like, this who is him?
And he been here this whole time.
Literally. And so then
Man.
I started dreaming about Greg in my, like, you would be in my dreams then. Like, it would be random stuff, literally us walking at the mall, us driving my car down, whatever. And you were there. Like, your face was clear as day.
Man.
And that, it was just such a, like, clear indication from God, for me, at least, that I was like, oh, yeah, he the one. Because you telling me this been like this whole time? Not one man's face been on this man that just been here in my life, us having fun.
Right.
Like, come on now. And so after that was when I was like, I love him. And that's when I told you. And so then I had told him about the dream stuff like a while later, like a year or something.
Yeah, it was a while later. She told me about it. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, the question was, how did you find a guy or a girl on the same page? And it's hard to find people that respect your values and stuff like that. I mean,
you gotta allow them to come to you.
You do, and you can't just be so quick to.
You gotta have.
You're not on my list, so.
Right? You gotta have those open conversations with people who might find you attractive and be like, "Hey, this is what I do, and this is what I like. This is the values and my standards."
Because attraction in relationship is also very necessary. Was I talking with that about you? I mean, with you, or I was talking with my siblings yesterday. We were coming back from the festival thing, and they were saying my sister asked me like, does attraction matter to you in a relationship? Or Dave had asked me, my brother, does attraction matter in a relationship? And I'm like, definitely. Because he said how it was a video or something of a lady who had, her husband was with his friends, and she had came home early and was kind of like, I guess, listening in on their conversation, ended up overhearing him say like, confess, hey, y'all, like, I low-key was not attracted to my wife sexually, physically, mentally, nothing, for like a while in the beginning of our relationship. And he said, like, I am now, and this is years down the line, right. But for a while, first starting of our relationship, like, I was not attracted to her. And she was crushed, like, how though? Like, how did, and you start questioning things, like, you was calling me beautiful. You were saying, that I'm, I look this way, or you start, the trust is broken in a way. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and people were asking, is that a deal breaker? Now, I feel like there's a lot of things you can work through in a relationship, through God, through therapy, even all that type of stuff. But it's like, that's something that you breaking a trust bond in a way, because you start thinking back, like,
I mean, the thing is like, for me, I mean, yes, I was attracted to you, but I'm not gonna say I wasn't attracted to you. That's
I'm
cat.
about to say, what are we saying here? It's taking a little
intervention,
while. Because we need to cut the camera.
No, but no, but I think I'm not clarifying what he was saying at all. But I don't think that's like a deal breaker.
No, I don't think that's a deal breaker.
Or anything to really be too hurt about.
Oh, I definitely would feel hurt.
reasoning is because were they dating?
No, they were married.
Oh, he wasn't
said
attracted to her when they were married.
When they were married already.
Oh.
I'm saying you deep in a relationship saying, yeah, well,
That's kinda-
not when we first, like, you know, because
Now
you could
that is-
build attraction of someone over time while you're dating in a dating stage. You know, I agree with what you're saying. Like, the attraction maybe is not the number one thing that drew you
when
into
you first,
that person.
Yeah, when you first talking,
Yeah.
and I'll be like, yeah, I mean, you're not necessarily attracted to that person. You might want to just be friends at
with them
first.
yeah,
You're
definitely.
not thinking of them as
And they can
sexually attractive.
And they could, that attraction could come over time with
Right.
getting to know someone, and you like, ooh, I'm feeling, you know, over time. But
Right,
no, I'm
right,
talking
right,
about.
right.
She said they were like
Married.
He's saying like in the marriage.
That's kind of strange.
That I said what? Like you start. That's why I was saying you start thinking back on it. Like, you know, we marriage, like children involved, all of that. You weren't attracted to me for years, and now you are. I really want to know, like, what changed. That I wish I could have asked that question, like, what changed in her that you suddenly was attractive after a while, or what? Maybe it wasn't sudden. Maybe it was after I seen the way she interacted with our children, after I seen the way she, you know, treated me in our marriage or whatever.
Now that, in terms of that, like,
that's why I feel like I don't think it's a deal breaker necessarily, but it's something that you'd have to work on. I feel like as the person who,
yeah, in terms of like being married already and not attracted, like, I mean, there might have been something. Like maybe it was like I was attracted to her at first because like her figure was this or her figure was that.
Right, because if that's the biggest thing.
When marriage came, I was already in love with her, decided to marry her, but in that time frame, she wasn't the most attractive to me because of she had gained or something like that, or I don't know. Certain people have different ways of losing attraction or personality or anything like that. Like you said,
She started gaining that attitude.
yeah. Like the baby, like, oh, she took care of our baby this type of way, so it made me even more attracted.
Or it could be, I don't like the way you acted with my children on a man's standpoint. You know, I don't like the way you treated our children. Right. You know, you're supposed to be a dad this way and this way. You didn't step up as that.
Right.
I lost attraction of you. But to, like you saying, years of you know, us being in a happy marriage, what she thought, and then and again, I feel like that's where communication come in. But I mean, it's not like you're gonna just straight up tell her like I'm not attracted to, or maybe I guess. Look,
depending.
It depends.
Hey, it all, and that's another thing. It's the way you say it.
Yes. Like you said earlier, it is definitely the way, because you could sit here and say, I'm not attracted to you. I'm going, like, that's crazy.
I would more be like, hey, I think we need to talk about certain things and we need to adjust some things so then we could be even more happy in our relationship. Not just blatantly just saying. Some people don't feel like they need to. Yeah, some people feel like they don't need to filter themselves or say certain things a certain type of way. But if you got the care for your significant other, you know how
you're going to do that. And
you should.
Well, yes, you should do it. And I agree with that. I feel like a lot of people are like, no, I'm about to tell you exactly how it is, exactly how I always talk to anybody. And it's like,
I'm not just anybody.
You're not just, Greg tell me that all the time. I'm not just anybody to you. So you shouldn't speak to me in that certain type of way, which I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. Holding yourself to that standard. I agree with that. This is the last question. I'm excited.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Whoever been here this long so far.
Y'all are lit.
Y'all.
Okay, clap it up.
Love y'all,
Love
man.
Y'all,
y'all stay tuned.
Yeah.
Again, TikToks, all that.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go over that at the end anyway. I appreciate y'all. I know Deb does.
Oh, you know I do.
So,
I do.
Yeah.
Last question is, how do you navigate through difficult conversations? Navigate through them. I feel like first and foremost, giving time for them to speak their mind. No interruptions. And I'm saying, like, first thing they say, oh, for real, you know, like, come on, calm down. You know what I mean? Let's keep it cordial here.
That's how you feel, huh?
Yeah, right. You immediately get in try your best to hear that person out. And I'm not talking about no disrespect. I'm talking about the conversations where you know, they are telling you how they feel. Genuinely telling you how they feel. I'm not talking about arguing or yelling or cussing or none of that. I'm saying they speaking how they feel, and how they feel is how they feel. It don't matter. I'm sorry, but it don't matter about how you feel in that moment. Let's hear how they feel. Then you give how you feel, and let's discuss through that. But it takes the patience, like you said, of hearing each other out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, the first drop of the hat, you cussing somebody, you cussing them out because he just said something you ain't like. It's like, let's wait a minute, because if he feels that way, he feels that way. I feel like, especially in society too, we always talk about, your feelings, and if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. And I can be mad at your feeling. No, let's actually discuss this. It's not about just how you feel or how I feel. We gotta both say what we really mean.
Yeah, and I would say, how do you navigate through it? Sit down. Y'all need
Don't stand up.
Yeah, don't be standing, because it's too easy to disregard a conversation with standing, because you can walk away. Sit down with that person and talk face to face. No phones out. Just set them aside and talk face to face and talk about it. Like you said, hear that person out and patiently wait for them to be done, so you can actually hear what they got to say. Because if you interrupt,
the ear to hear,
mm-hmm.
Open them ears up.
If you hear them talk and they say what they got to say, then you can know exactly how they feel, and you can come at how you're feeling and try and be genuine. Even if that person is saying the most outrageous stuff, try your hardest to just be like, all right, I understand that's how you feel. This is how I'm feeling, and try and be genuine and say it as lighthearted as you can.
Yeah.
Just so you can show them as like, I care about you.
Exactly.
Even if you're upset right now, I still care.
Exactly.
And I'm trying to figure out a way for us to fix this. And then if that person, this is how you know if the conversation is going to be shut off or this person is not trying to talk. If they stand up and walk away, then the conversation, they want to end it.
Yeah, it's over.
And
they want it done. And
you'll just
still
have
talking
to wait.
And chasing them.
Yeah, you'll have to wait for them to come to you. Now, if you're standing and then that person walks away, you're just going to keep walking towards them. And the conversation won't end.
That I never thought about that, but he's completely right. I never thought about that standing aspect of it. But you're right about that.
So try and sit down, talk, and
I feel like forgiveness also plays a part in that.
Oh, yeah. And that's something that Deb and her family, like my family's always been big on forgiveness, but they do a great way of doing it. And I've implemented it into my life of forgiving somebody and verbally saying it and not just thinking it in my head, actually saying, I forgive you.
And it sounds, and people
asking for forgiveness.
It almost sounds entitled when you tell somebody like, I forgive you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's a your heart thing. It's literally for you. It's not so much for that person. For that person, you could ask for forgiveness if you were in the wrong. You know that.
Right.
But say Greg made me upset about something. I'll be like, I forgive Greg. I forgive you, bro. I forgive you for what you just did.
And I would ask, like, can you forgive me?
Can you please forgive me?
Please find it.
And that's for him. Him asking me is for him.
Right.
It's for me too, but it's for him. And that, like, it puts such a peace on you because you're like, you don't forgive things as easy as just saying, I forgive you. I'm not saying that. But to put your pride aside to even say that, and to put your pride aside to even ask me, is something that's for your own heart. Because it starts to get overwhelming. It starts to get really hard. If you got all this stuff in you that you just feel like, I got all these attacks coming at me. I got all these people hating me. You start forgiving that stuff, it's going to get deep in your heart if you say it.
Right.
If you say it, you're going to start meaning it. I guarantee you. It don't happen overnight. But you really start believing it, like, I really forgive. And before you know it, you be like, oh, that I can speak on that situation. It don't even upset me anymore.
Right.
You know?
Right. And pray. After y'all have that conversation, like we said before, pray about it. Pray together.
Praying together brings such a peace after a difficult conversation. Because it can be real difficult.
Because it can calm you. It may not make you completely ready to talk to that person, but it'll calm you down and give you time to be like, wow, okay.
And Greg is so soft spoken and patient. He will pray for all of us, my whole house, his whole house, everybody's situation. And if it's just, if he's just praying for that discussion, you just feel like, wow, he cares about this. You know what I mean? Or she cares about this.
Right.
And so it's a great thing to put in a relationship. And that was needed for me.
Right. And even if you are upset with somebody, ask them to forgive you as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because even the way you might act upon them, even if they say, I'm not upset at you.
It's a lot of that going on.
I'm not
upset
even mad the way you
it.
acted, how you were upset, and how you handled how you were upset.
Because I was getting on Greg about that. He like, Deb, I'm not mad. I'm like, it doesn't matter that you're not mad. Like, please forgive me because I know how I came in a situation.
Yeah.
And I wasn't right.
So ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, and also, like you're saying, some people might not seem like the situation hurt them, but they could think about it later and be like, actually, that low-key, I did not like that. And they could say up and down, like, it ain't even nothing, bro. I'm chilling. Like, it's not that serious.
Right.
Oh, okay.
That what used to be.
You don't realize why you so mad and pent up with anger either.
That used to be my biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I would like, all right, I'm chilling, I'm cool. But inside my head, I'm like, I'm never going to talk to this person again.
Oh, yeah.
Or not in that instance. It's like, never going to come to you about this again. Or this, that, like, you didn't handle this right. But in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm good, I'm chilling.
Mm-hmm.
No biggie.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
Me too. I'd be like, bet. You think I'm going to put time back in you? No.
Right.
Like, no.
But that's one thing that that's definitely different when I was in a relationship with Deb.
It's humility too,
Yep. So definitely be asking for forgiveness, forgive people. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy. I'm not saying it's about to be easy, but you just got to try and find the genuineness in your heart. And just be like, all right, this person is making me really upset.
Yeah.
But I need to just calm myself. Even if somebody's telling you to calm down. I know that'd be the worst for people.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, who are you telling to calm down?
Who are you talking to, bro? Like, you calm down.
But even if you got to take yourself out of the situation, I know a lot of people don't like that. I know I don't like it. Like, give me time. I'll be like, just talk to me right now.
Man, he don't like that, but that'd be me.
But
I'd be like,
I be having to check myself too, because like not everybody is just ready to just talk in that moment. So even if you have to take yourself out of the situation and have a second to talk to yourself or pray to God and ask him to help you get through this and help y'all get through this as a relationship, then do that. You need it. And so does your significant other. I both need it. So
100%.
That's
we
all
all do. As men and women, we all need it.
Yeah. That's all I got though for that.
So guys,
that was a longer
that
podcast.
was a long but a great podcast. I mean, it was long for us because the only other one was an hour. But
yeah. I mean,
we talked about some really good stuff.
It still went pretty good. I mean, we talk about like this type of stuff a lot
all the time. I was about to say this don't seem like a crazy thing to talk about because we talk like this a lot. But
I hope y'all enjoyed it.
I really hope y'all do. I hope y'all have some comments. I know, not everybody's gonna agree with what was said, but I'd love to hear your take on things,
different opinions,
your opinion on things. I just said like a lot of people I know they're not gonna agree with everything I said in here, and it's okay too. It's okay. Let's have open discussion. Let's talk some things out. I want to hear your take on some things about relationships as well. Yeah. This had to do a lot with our relationship, obviously, because a lot of people be wanting to know about Greg. I think he's just a great man. So
yeah, Deb's a wonderful woman. Not to just hype up.
You're right, real quick, like
but definitely stay tuned. I want to shout out Deb's page. Stay tuned to her TikToks. She goes live right before the podcast.
Yes.
She'll ask you guys questions about the specific podcast she's about to do that day.
Yes.
And she's planning on doing Instagram lives too on Saturdays when they post.
Yeah. So Saturdays I want to do questions.
And I mean, not to mention she's going to be doing lives every now and then on her makeup
Of
which
course,
she does.
of course. And usually I'm doing my makeup in
I know
these
y'all
lives, so
love
it's not
that.
just, for nothing. I did this look on live that I'm
Yeah.
wearing right now, and we asked questions. It was really good.
Y'all loved it. I know
Yeah.
y'all love her doing her makeup.
Right.
Y'all be on
Don't think the makeup aspect is just thrown out now, honey. Okay, that's
Right.
still definitely very much a thing.
I think we should do outfit of the day. 'Cause her
Okay,
fit
that's
is crispy.
your fit is crispy.
This is man, tight old pants. These boys are tight, man. Riding up on me.
my pants is tight as heck too. I ain't gonna cap.
I've been adjusting them, but
yes, the outfit of the day is
she
go
got
crazy.
the fit.
My boy, my duty, he bought me these patent leather
got me
ones.
these Yeezys.
Yeah, that's crazy. We do got on shoes that we bought each other.
Yeah.
So he got on the Yeezys. Show your Yeezys again.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my patent leather ones on.
Orange tag.
Is that in the camera frame? It is. Okay. And then my jeans are from Guapi. Guapi, and the U is a V, so GVAPI, or it might be might be GUAPI. Look up either of those. I can't remember right now, but these are stacked jeans, so they're really really long, but they're made to look like that streetwear style. I saw he had on that shirt, and so I wore my Fashion Nova Boys in the Hood shirt, oversized tee.
Yeah, and I got mine from Fashion Over Men.
Yeah.
This nice, what they call it, like tie-dye shirts.
Mm-hmm. Tie-dye. And it says Legend on
and
there.
it says Legend. And then I got this nice long sleeve. The name of the place will stay unknown. It's like that. Now I got it from H&M.
Because of that comment.
Yeah, that monkey comment. But
crazy.
I actually haven't shopped there since the monkey comment.
I know, you've been very adamant on that.
I do need to get some more shirts. Somebody just told, Aunt just told me that the quality got a little better there, so I might have to check out what they got.
Yeah.
And I think they made an apology, so I might have to.
Look. Don't they all? Look.
Hey, man, I might buy there, but they better make my service quick.
They better 50% off.
50% off, man.
Because who's a monkey?
Hey, man, I ain't no monkey. But,
and then you got some jeans.
The jeans. Who got me these?
I don't know where them was from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Designer Warehouse.
Designer Warehouse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these boys are tough.
Yes, we love
Love
some streetwear. We looking crispy.
Yeah.
Literally love it. Kind of
Love it, love
matching.
it.
Very cute. So, and the hair is from Beauty Wigs Co. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let them know that you did all your
Black
makeup, too.
And he let a blonde, so the blonde gets put on every once in a while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Give him a shout out. I mean, give yourself a shout out about the makeup.
Oh, and the makeup, of course. Let's
lashes,
see, eyes,
all of it.
lips, lashes, everything. BeatsByDeb Cosmetics. The link is in my description to all my social media. Thank you so much again, Greg, for being on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Shouts out to you, my love.
Love y'all.
And I know you'll be on one again soon. So
Oh, yeah.
Thank y'all again for watching. And we'll see y'all in the next podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Subscribing really helps with the podcast since there's no payment for it.
Right.
I would appreciate the subscribe.
Subscribe, like
it, and definitely send it around, share it, and comment on anything that you felt the need to. I would love to hear you out. I'll see you guys in the next one, though.
Thanks for stopping by with True Influence with Deb. Love y'all.
All right, love y'all. See y'all in the next one. Bye.
See ya.